if you observe life, what you see quite quickly is that everyone is looking for love, right? And the paradigm that I want this video to sort of come from, or that it's being spoken in, is the paradigm of non-duality, consciousness, and love. So this is, deep stuff. And I want you to start seeing some things, from taking this perspective, that everyone is looking for love. When you start to see that people are looking for love, when you understand this and you see it in the world, you start to see it in everything. And I mean everything, dude. So, for example, let's say you are walking down the street and you're seeing someone sip on a milkshake. What I want you to imagine is that this person sipping on their milkshake, they don't want the calories from that milkshake. They don't want the sweet taste of the milkshake. They don't even want the pleasure of absorbing or taking in the drink, okay? They don't want the drink. The only thing they want in that moment is love. And it will sound radical and weird and far-fetched, but from a non-dual paradigm, from a paradigm of consciousness and love, it's kind of obvious that anyone seeking anything via like a material means, they're just looking for love. They're looking for the metaphysical love, but they can't find it within this physical milkshake, right? Right now, dude, let's say you look across the street and you see someone smoking a cigarette. And then they take a nice big inhale of cigarette smoke. I want you to consider the possibility that they don't want to inhale the cigarette smoke. They don't want it. They don't even want the head rush or the body high or the buzz of the cigarette. The only thing that they want, you know where we're going, man, they want love. But get this, I don't mean this in like a spiritually wishy-washy new agey way. I really don't. I personally, man, only really like the kind of grounded stuff, the stuff that leads to enlightenment, the stuff that can actually make a tangible difference to our experience of life. And yet, I'm saying this. And so the reason I make this nice and clear for us, dude, is because that perspective, that sort of new agey spiritually perspective, I'm not coming from that perspective. This is coming from, ready, a different, distinct, non-dual consciousness perspective. It's a perspective of love, that everything is made out of love and consciousness. It's a mystical perspective. So I hope that's clear. Let's continue. So let's say you're still on the street, you've seen these people, now you see someone on the road. It's a car. You see someone driving. This person, they're driving, but they're driving like really loud, like they're revving their engine. They're really loud, right? When they rev their engine, it would seem like they're looking for an ego high or some ego validation. But the deeper truth from this bigger perspective that I'm sharing today is that they are looking for love. The reason this is because you know that egoic desires are empty. You know that everyone just wants to reunite with God. You know that each person, with every single thing they do, they are always just trying to make their way back to God, which is the same thing as love, which is the same thing as themselves, their true selves, their higher selves. And I'll just be completely honest, the more that you awaken yourself, the more that you can see that this person revving their engine is just a dream character trying to give himself love, right? He's just looking for love. And so what this means for you is that you understand. You understand people. And I'm not talking about some intellectual understanding. No, of course not. I'm talking about this deep, visceral, spiritual understanding, which when you have, you see someone, revving their engine or something, or smoking a cigarette, and you just kind of get it. You just kind of understand, intuitively, why they're doing what they're doing. And the added benefit is that you don't judge the person because you know that they're just looking for themselves. You know that they're just looking for love. When you have this perspective and you're moving around the world, you can see all kinds of things, and you can be such a beacon of love and forgiveness and understanding and acceptance, because the paradigm that you hold and that you are seeing things through is one of love. You know, yes, it's mystical, it's radical, it's far out, it's profound. But you know, deep down, that it's true. Like you actually have intelligence and intuition within you. So this means you have like a natural sort of BS detector within your being, okay? And you know, you can tell when a perspective is like limited and biased or like distorted, or when a perspective rings true, not just for you, but for your soul. So on the level of intuition, it clicks. And dude, if you have even like a 5% resonance with this perspective and this way of seeing things, that means you've got intuition. That means you've got an inner sage. That means you've got an inner mystic, okay? And this is great news because it's the sage and it's the mystic who awakens. And you know, what else do you want but enlightenment? If you want to get the most out of these videos, man, what you want to be doing is you want to be contemplating. You want to be contemplating what you're hearing. You want to be racking your mind over these concepts and these ideas. And really you want to have, you want to go from concept to experience. So you want to contemplate something and then you want to be able to experience it directly, right? Everything comes down to direct experience. And we're not going to be, don't be satisfied until you have direct experience of what we're talking about. Because ultimately the thing will be enlightenment. And you don't want to be sitting there being conceptual about enlightenment. You want to be sitting there experiencing enlightenment, right? So this is why our ultimate principle, direct experience, very much applies here. Awesome. Last thing, if you want to work with me one-to-one, if you'd benefit from that, I do offer coaching and mentoring. If you're interested, you can see my link in the description, my friend. Otherwise, we'll call it there. I hope you've enjoyed this one, my friend. And as always, peace.